Miren, aquí me miran que Esteban Pedrosa me está acostando sexualmente.
No, you don't know how to say.
What is it?
Acosando.
No, it's acostando, güey.
Acosando.
Acostando.
Not acostando. Acosando.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are you sure?
Yeah.
Costing.
Hey,
what's up everybody? This is your boy Tony, here back again with another video on how to fix your 4x4 Ranger. Well, no seriously, I'm gonna make a video about this because I want to help the people of YouTube land and the people all over the world.
I'll show you my rims.
Psych. So, problem with my 4x4 Ranger that I just fixed right now, and I'm super happy that I fixed it. Came home one day. Steve, what happened? Battery was dead, right? The battery was dead?
Yep.
How many times did you have to jump start this bitch?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 times. And you would drive it and it would turn off again, right? And you know what the reason for that was? This fucking camera right here. This fucking dash cam. I had it hardwired. No, it wasn't hardwired at that time. This was like 2 months ago. It wasn't hardwired. It was just plugged into the cigarette lighter. And the cigarette lighters in these Ford Rangers have constant power. Okay? So I left for about 2 weeks and this thing was running. So it killed my battery. Okay? I'm not sure if that's the reason why it started fucking up. But when I came back one day. Oh! Yeah, I remember what happened. So the battery kept dying. Huh, that is so strange. What the fuck? So I started pulling fuses out. Because there was a pretty big drain. Even when the camera, I had unplugged the camera, there was a really big battery drain, like at a rate of like a volt per minute. Okay? Right now you see that it's stabilized over here. It's stabilized, but the culprit, I started pulling fuses while this was plugged in and dropping, and it stopped dropping when I took out fuse number 27, which controls a 4x4 module. So I replaced I ended up replacing the brand new battery, and I figured that was the issue. And then I put the fuse back in, and it kept on doing it. I'm probably not making any sense right now, because it's been a while, so I forget the sequence of the events of how it happened. But long story short, I ended up replacing the battery, and it still kept dying on me. So I knew it wasn't the battery. Okay. I took out the fuse because I don't use the 4x4 every day, and that resolved my drainage issue, my parasitic drain issue. But then I had no 4x4. I knew I had no 4x4. But I would hear this 4x4 PCM module clicking behind the dash. I would hear a slight clicking. And I knew that wasn't good. So because my 4x4 module wasn't working, because I heard the clicking and I knew the battery, that camera had fucked with my battery and jump starting it. I had jump started it like 6 times, like my brother said. So I figured the PCM module had been fried when I was jump starting it all those times, right? I mean, it only makes sense. Okay, the PCM module got fucked up. So I bought another one. This is the replacement one. Okay? And this is where it gets a little it happens, it's stupid. But because I had already pulled the fuse over there to prevent the battery from draining, when I replaced the PCM module over here, I tried to engage the 4x4 and nothing would happen. So I arrived to the conclusion that the PCM module, my PCM module, was good. Okay. And hold on. All right. So I'm not sure where I left off. My mom stopped by. Okay, so I replaced the 4x4, the PCM module, and it still didn't work, dude. Okay, so I replaced the shift motor. Okay, replace the shift motor, still nothing. I would turn the truck on, try to engage the 4x4, and this is the 4x4 switch, selector switch, and nothing. So the 4x4 system in these trucks consists of primarily three things: your selector switch, the PCM module, and the transfer case shift motor on the bottom. I had essentially replaced two of those three things. So the last thing was a switch. But I didn't think it was gonna be the switch, because I mean, switches don't really go. The 4x4, you don't use that every fucking day. You use your headlight switch more than you use the 4x4 switch. So I really didn't think that was it, but I bought it anyways. It actually hasn't even arrived yet. But while I was thinking of this, I remembered that I had forgotten to replace that fuse 27 at the junction box. I had taken it out and placed it next to it. There's a vacant spot next to it. And I just finally, right now, it occurred to me to slap that 27 back in. Okay. And try to engage the system all over again. I replaced the PCM module. So after replacing the fuse 27, I went ahead and replaced the 4x4 module, and it still didn't work. I put the new one in there, and it still didn't work. Okay, that's troubleshooting for you. So then I put the original back on. That's the original. But this time, I actually went ahead and replaced the transfer case motor right there, the shift motor. I replaced that, and while the motor was out here on the side, I tried to engage the 4x4, and sure enough, it fucking worked. It worked. So there you have it. The issue this whole time was a transfer case motor, shift motor, and the fact that I forgot to replace fuse 27. It's a stupid mistake, but it happens, right, Steve? It happens. It had been so long. It had been like 2 months since I removed this fuse, and I had forgot to put it back after replacing the fucking parts. So there's my happy ending. We are back online with the 4x4. Next week we're going off-road, and we're taking this bitch off-road, and we are gonna have a lot of fun. All right, till next time, peace.